wave god in this motherfucker. Hey, shout my nigga Demi Tito.
Got song pop like I'm Iggy. All they talking about is last night like I'm Demi. Say you got
It's the godfather of Irish Drill. Shout out my boy Demi TV.
Damn ski pole for Michael Jackson.
Let's see what the chat thinks. Let's see. Cause that nigga Demi was like, I'm king.
Family DNA. Today we're doing a reaction to, in a nutshell, reaction, and it's called Big Bang Aliens. Basically, ancient life as old as the universe. So basically telling us like ancient life basically predates the universe, or life is the universe. So we are the universe. So yeah, simply plain and said, moral to the story. But it's neither here or there. You feel me? But if you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, and share the video on all social media, and comment below what reaction you're going to do next. And check out the original video in the description box. The road to 100K, million ability. Click that subscribe button and check out the original video in the description box. So in the DNTV color merch, and go copy some heat and drip. You feel me? And no further ado, let's get into this reaction. Alien.
2024 calendar is here. Get it now before it sells out. And stay tuned until the end of this video for a sneak peek that's out of this world. Life has existed on one planet for about 4 billion years, as far as we know. But it might have started right after the Big Bang, when the universe was much stranger and more fantastic than today. A universe that might have allowed life to develop absolutely anywhere. The cosmos might be full of the seeds of life, sleeping in a dead desert, waiting for a few drops of rain to explosively bloom and grow. Tiny and not so tiny aliens might be everywhere. In this video, we're going to put together two highly speculative yet scientifically grounded possibilities. Check out the scientific papers in our sources. To properly explain it, let's first look at the paradox of life on Earth. The life paradox. For its first few 100 million years, Earth was a magma hell, constantly bombarded by asteroids. But basically, the second things calmed down and the first oceans formed, life just appeared, and zillions of microbes settled every nook and cranny they found. This is kind of strange. Life on Earth seems to be almost as old as the planet itself, as if it was waiting around for an opportunity. But life didn't only appear extremely quickly. In that tiny time window, it also crossed a huge gap. To qualify as living things, even microbes need to eat, poop, grow, and multiply. To do that, they need a genome, the biological instruction manual that sets the inner workings of an organism. How dead things with no genome become living things with genomes is one of the biggest riddles of science. Simplifying a lot, the problem is that to have a functioning genome, you need proteins, and to make those proteins, you need a functioning genome. Both proteins and genomes are super long molecules made of pretty complex blocks that are extremely difficult to assemble by chance. It's a chicken-egg paradox with several chickens and eggs. Once you have a finished cell, the whole system works efficiently. But starting from simple dead stuff and reaching that level of sophistication by pure chance should require an amazing amount of time for trial and error. So how did the first living things manage to cross that gap in just a few 100 million years? Most theories about the origin of life try to explain that gap by theorizing how some primitive super prebiotic molecules could have efficiently produced the first self-replicating entities. But we still don't know how exactly this would have worked. Maybe we need to think backwards. The clock of evolution. Think of genomes as a book telling the history of life. As time passed and life evolved, more characters were introduced. Amoeba, fish, amphibians, dinosaurs, and mammals. Over billions of years, the story of life got more and more complex. A genome can be viewed as a long string of letters with biological instructions. And from microbes to us today, functional genomes seem to have been increasing in size at a fairly constant rate. The functional genome of fish is more than twice that of worms, Our functional genome is about twice bigger than that of fish, and so on. It is a bit more complicated, but for now, let's run with this.
That's just obvious.
When we put all these clues together, it seems that genomes have been doubling in size on average every 350 million years or so. As if evolution had been following an exponential inner clock. But it gets even stranger. The very first microbes that emerged on Earth, even if they look simple, already seem to have had pretty long and complex genomes. But how could life have achieved that level of complexity in such a short time? There may be an interesting way to solve this riddle. We just take our exponential clock and extrapolate it back in time to the simplest conceivable life form. Something equivalent to a being with a genome containing just a few letters. But if we do that, we end up 10 billion years in the past. More than twice the age of Earth, which means if life actually evolved like this, it didn't start here, but somewhere out there, in space. This would explain why life started to thrive so quickly on our young planet. If it was already present in space like a seed, it just needed water and warm temperatures to wake up and go on evolving. And it would also explain the high degree of sophistication of the first life forms on Earth. They could have been complex already because they might have been evolving for billions of years somewhere else in the universe. But could life really be that old? Maybe, yes. Actually, life could have started shortly after the universe itself was born.
Freaking pets or fucking animals, honestly.
A Goldilocks baby universe. At its most basic level, life needs two things. The right chemical elements to form complex molecules and a liquid medium, like water, in which those molecules can move and interact. The liquid medium needs to stay warm enough to remain, well, liquid. So when we search for life in space, we focus on Earth-like planets at just the right distance from their star, warm enough to sustain liquid water. But there was actually a time when almost all of the universe might have been habitable. Right after the Big Bang, the universe was extremely hot. But as the cosmos expanded, it cooled. And between about 10 and 17 million years after the Big Bang, when the universe was 1,000 times younger than today, it was between 100 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius, the temperature at which water is liquid. So for this window of time, more than 13.7 billion years ago, the whole universe, absolutely every inch of it, had the right temperature to support life. Of course, the right temperature alone is not enough for life. We also need chemical elements like carbon and oxygen, which are forged in the cores of stars. But were there stars in super early cosmic times? Maybe, yes, in regions of the universe where matter was especially dense. Such stars would have been very massive and gone supernova in just 3 million years, seeding the baby universe with the chemical elements needed to form dust, asteroids, planets, and the ingredients of life.
That's crazy.
If you have an hour this
I'm
week,
learning
you can
right
learn
now.
100
Why
songs on the
am I
piano
like
by learning
fucked?
just 4 chords. These.
Maybe the first ancestors of life were more exotic and didn't even need water, but thrived in substances like ammonia or ethane that can stay liquid at temperatures far below 0 degrees Celsius. They could have been sustained by the lingering warmth of the Big Bang for tens of millions of years longer, well into a time when we know for sure there were stars and all the chemical elements. The real magic of this idea is that while the universe today is extremely deadly and hostile, back then the conditions for life might have been basically everywhere. For a period that may have lasted several dozen million years, primordial life might have been able to emerge on any rock, even between the stars, sowing the universe with the seeds of what billions of years later will become bacteria, trilobites, dinosaurs, and finally us. At some point, the universe cooled down below the right temperature for life to thrive, but some of those ancestral life forms may have continued to exist in the internal warmth of the first planets, frozen in asteroids or hibernating in cosmic dust. Tiny seeds roaming the cosmos, waiting for new hospitable places to continue evolving. If they did, life now might be everywhere in the universe.
Pretty sure it is.
Will we ever know? All this makes for a nice story,
on fucking
and
bitch
while both the
ass,
habitability of
even
the baby
bitch
universe and our
ass,
exponential clock of
what they
life
wanna
are
call it,
reasonable
the
ideas, they're still
planet
speculative. One more possibility among many others, trying
called
to explain
Eos.
our existence
So they
today.
gonna try to let us
But
know
if
out.
life came to Earth from outer space, then it should have seeded other places in the solar system too. Maybe there are fossils in dry riverbeds on Mars.
I actually believe
Maybe
that.
we'll soon find life in the warm underground oceans of Enceladus or Europa. Titan has seas, rivers, and lakes of ethane and methane as warm as the universe when it was 90 million years old. So finding exotic life on Titan would support the idea that life could have originated in the weird baby universe. So far, when we look out into the
I wonder
cosmos,
what that's
we
what
don't
will
see
do.
anyone
Is
like
that
us.
where the
But
Titans
maybe that's because
don't
life
want
needed 10
dome it
million
or
years or
want
more
that
to reach the level of complexity
Titan
that allows for a
where the
technological
Titans be at?
species. Maybe there are millions
Makes
of worlds
sense.
filled with
Called
microbes,
Titan.
oceans
Shit.
full of exotic fish, and continents of bizarre animals. And maybe even others like us that just recently gained consciousness and are beginning to look at the sky, wondering if they're alone. Life could be flourishing
They
right
need to
now
come
in
to us and so we
uncountable
can tell them
forms
what's up.
and in all
No
kinds
cap.
of cosmic
Like,
environments.
what's up, buddy?
And if many of us
Going
share
for
a
real,
common
they
cosmic
or they
origin, we would all be
no
part of
kissing.
a great cosmic family. The answer may lie in our cosmic backyard. Let's go and find out. It's time. Let's reveal the 12,024 human era calendar with a Big Bang. The Quartz Kazar calendar is special because we're adding 10,000 years to include all
Promo.
of
Story promo.
humanity.
Hope you guys like that D Nation. Like, comment, subscribe, and share the video on all social media and comment below reaction to next.
And find
See you
out.
guys next time. Love you
Explore
guys.
strange
I'm
cosmic
out. Go show the
habitats
channel
and
some love.
extraterrestrial
Tell them
life
Dean
forms
sent
on
you.
12 or
I'm out.
inspiring